Shia narrations, they go a little bit deeper to explain the details and what happened. And they explain that there was a miscarriage that took place. Fatima alayhi salam was pregnant, carrying the grandson of Rasulullah, al-Muhsin, but there was an attack. And that young Muhsin, in the womb of Fatima, as a result of the attack, he lost his life on that day, after Fatima was crushed between the door and the wall. Because Fatima was the only opposition. Fatima was the strongest opposition. And they saw that the only way to silence the opposition is to crush her between the door and the wall. This is what they order. Sulaim ibn Qais, one of the companions of the Prophet, he mentions in details what happens. He says they came and they brought the fire next to the door of Fatima, and Fatima, she begins to tell them, leave my home. I do not give you permission to enter. Now some ask, why was Fatima by the door? Why didn't Amir al-Mu'mineen come by the door? Because Fatima alayhi salam wanted to protect the life of Amir al-Mu'mineen. They were after Amir al-Mu'mineen, so she wanted to come and save the life of Amir al-Mu'mineen. She wanted to see that if they respect Fatima, they might not transgress and attack her house for the sake of Fatima if they have no respect for Amir al-Mu'mineen. They say that they came and they pushed the door open. As the man pushed the door open, he placed his back on the wall and he placed his feet on the doors and he began to kick the door. And Fatima, she stood between the door and the wall for the sake of hijab, so that they don't see her. She went behind the door, and a nail from that door, a nail from the door entered into the ribs of Fatima, breaking the ribs of Fatima alayha salam. She began to go through a miscarriage. She began to have a miscarriage. What does she say? She says, Ya Fidda tuhadrakini. Oh Fidda, come and help me. Why didn't she call Amir al-Mu'mineen? Because Amir al-Mu'mineen was taken out of the house. She called Fidda. Fidda comes to her. Imam al-Hassan and Imam al-Hussein, they're sitting there watching. They don't know whether they should follow their father Amir al-Mu'mineen or they should protect their mother Fatima. Many years later, Imam al-Hassan alayhi salam, he sees al-Mughira ibn Shu'bah, and this is narrated in al-Ihtijaj by al-Tabrasi. Imam al-Hassan, he tells al-Mughira, Oh Mughira, I saw you slap my mother Fatima. He says, I saw you slap my mother Fatima alayhi salam, until she had a miscarriage and she lost her son Muhsin. This is not the end, my dear brothers and sisters. Fatima is in the house. She's going through labor. She's having a miscarriage. Amir al-Mu'mineen is taken out of the house. So Fatima, she gathers herself and she stands and she goes into the masjid to protect the life of Amir al-Mu'mineen. She stands in the masjid and she sees them holding Amir al-Mu'mineen, trying to force him to give bay'ah. She goes and she stands there and she calls out, خلوا ابن عمي أو لأكشف بالدعاء راسي وأشكو للإله شجوني ما كان ناقة صالح وفصيلها بالفضل عند الله إلا دوني. Let go of Ali ibn Abi Talib, because I will ask Allah to punish you, and the she-camel of Salih is not more worthy in the eyes of Allah than I am. Allah punished the people of Salih because they killed a camel. You think that Allah will not accept my dua? Salman, he asks Fatima, he tells her, oh Fatima, don't do dua against this ummah. Your father was sent as a mercy to mankind. She tells him, oh Salman, don't you see that they're trying to make my sons orphans? They're trying to orphan Hassan and Hussein. One of the narrators, Sulaim, he goes and he asks Salman, he tells him, oh Salman, is it true that they attacked the house of Fatima? Is it true that they assaulted the house of Amir al-Mu'mineen and Fatima? Salman, he answers him, the poet, he has it in a poetry, he says, قال سليم قلت يا سلمان هل دخلوا ولم يك استئذانوا. Sulaim asks Salman, he tells him, oh Salman, is it true that they entered the house of Fatima without seeking permission? فقال وعزة الجبار وليس على الزهراء من خماري لكنها لاذت وراء الباب رعاية للستر والحجاب. He says, yes, O Salman, it is true that they assaulted the house of Fatima. By the Lord, I swear to you that they did so. And I will tell you something else. For the sake of hijab, Fatima went behind the door to protect her modesty and chastity. فَمُذْ رَأَوْهَا عَصَرُوهَا عَصْرًا كَادَتْ بنفسي أن تموت حسرة. When they felt her between the wall and the door, they pushed on the door until she was crushed in between the door and the wall. What did she do? تصيح يا فضة أسنديني فقد وربي أسقطوا جنيني. She called out, oh Fidda, come and help me. I swear by Allah, they have made me miscarry my son. فأسقطت بنت الهدى وحزنا جنينها ذاك المسمى محسنا. She lost her janeen. She lost that baby in her womb, that baby that Rasulullah named Muhsin. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون والعاقبة للمتقين.